actually listening to a book about Epictetus. And it's profound, dog. Like one of the main things that really just stuck with me just now is the fact that he's saying like, so yeah, it's about how like with life, you really have to look at it as a matter of you only have two things that are in your control, things that are out of your control. That's the easiest way I think I can break it down to you. Anything that is within your control are responsible for. Anything that is out of your control, there's nothing you could do about it. So it's no sense even hurting your head about it. So it's like, if you think about the grand scheme of things, your eating, your habits, your lifestyle, those are things you can control. But getting sick, dying, work, like, you know what I'm saying? Things that you don't have power over, what other people do, these are things you have no control over. So you have to look at it as, instead of saying these things are taken from you, think of these things being returned. So he's saying, like, if your child or your wife or, you know, someone dies, they wasn't taken from you, they were returned because you didn't own them. And that's something you have to accept. We own nothing in life, and no one owes us anything. So when you look at life from a perspective of just appreciating what you do have possession of in that moment, because it's not yours, it's just your turn. That's everything in life. Your house, your car, the air you're breathing, you understand what I'm saying? The job you're on, the business you make, all of it is not yours. It's just your turn. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing new under the sun. Everything's been here before. It's just a matter of it's now your time to experience it. So appreciate that. Know that. Make the most of that. And I think that would help you to do more and be able to, you know, just cut the fat. You don't have to be sitting here so caught up on, well, I have to get this big house. I have to get my kids into private school. I have to, you know, keep up with the Joneses. The only thing you have to do is die. So the thing you should do right now is live, because that's what you should be doing, because the only thing you have to do is die. And death is nothing to be afraid of, because you have to understand what is life without death. And people always ask me, well, you wouldn't want to live forever? Hell no. Hell no. Because you have to understand what comes with living forever. To truly live forever,
You're fighting so you can watch everyone around you die. Think, Mark. You'll outlast every fragile, insignificant being on this planet. You'll live to see this world crumble to dust and blow away. Everyone and everything you know will be gone. What will you have after 500 years?
your brain only could comprehend so much. This is why dementia comes into play and things of the sort. So if you're here for 500 years, do you think you're going to remember the first 100? If you're here for 10,000 years, what would be the experience between the first 100,000, the first 10 years and the last 10,000 years? Like, you're literally going to be there like, bro, it's all the same thing. When you look down to the most minute point of it, it's all the same thing. So you have to keep aware that it isn't a matter of the time you spend. It's the quality of the time that you spend. So, and this is a big thing, I think, for me now, the older I get, is not about, well, I just saw this person the other day, or we just was hanging out for hours the other day. No, because the hours don't mean nothing. Because if you just around someone and y'all in y'all phone the whole time, it's not gonna be a meaningful exchange. And that goes for anything, not just like a relationship. That goes for your friends, your family. When you round each other, you have to embrace each other. And that's why I think my Grammy them generation, they always will say, well, y'all turn all this in y'all phone. And it's like, you would catch them in their phone as well, just because they're adapting to our day and age. But we have to be cognizant that if you don't make the time and you just sitting in the space, when you look back on the memory of it, there's not gonna be much there. You may not even remember that you guys hung out because y'all weren't actually doing anything. So this is something to be very cognizant of, because we don't know how long we have here. And we have to make the most of each memory so that it all lines up in totality. This thing is bigger than us. It's bigger than working. Like, I'm going on a little side rant here, but if you think about life before economy, when it was just a matter of you providing, you making a house, and then having a garden to be able to feed your family, having some animals, that was life, because life was just about feeding, shelter, and security. You know what I'm saying? As we create more and expand more, we require more. But let me give you this analogy. If you're slow, you're slow. But if you choose to start running track, the minute you get better in speed, you join a better circuit of people who will now have to push you to either run a better speed or be at the back of that circle. You do martial arts. Before you started, you couldn't fight, but you were aware that you couldn't fight. The minute you start to learn how to fight, you realize how much more you don't know, because you realize how much more things can be done. So it's like, ignorance is bliss, because ignorance is a speck, right, on the circle of knowledge. But the more into knowledge you go, the more you realize you don't know. So it's humbling to know the more I learn, the more I realize I don't understand. That's why the people who know the most usually say the freaking least. And this is why it's so important to be mindful, to use your 2 ears, and remember you have 1 mouth. That's for a reason. You should be listening twice as much as you speak. That's for a reason. You should be listening twice as much as you speak. You should be listening twice as much as you speak. Anyway.
Public service announcement. Some boy gonna lose their girl tonight. Somebody's gonna touch it for you.
I'm gonna stop there for today. If you guys like this type of content, please drop a comment, leave a like, share it with a friend. Let me know.